Hi, welcome back to my studio. Today I'm going to be taking a look into sampling, and not the kind of sampling that I would normally do, which would be to record a non-musical sound and make music with it. But today what I'm going to be looking at is the more modern kind of sampling, which is where you take a chunk of a pre-existing song and build something new around it. And I thought I'd start with one of my favourite tracks of all time, Africa by Toto. Now, if you have spent the last 30 years or so living under a rock and don't know what that song sounds like, it goes a bit like this. I'm not going to play any more than that because I'm probably going to get into trouble. But, needless to say, it's a great track and it's got some great moments. So, let's actually have a look at this track. So, now that we have Africa into Logic, we have to get Logic operating on the right tempo. Now, Logic has beat mapping, but it's not great, and you have to kind of be part of the process. So, what you have to do is, at first, open up a software instrument, which I've got here, just a simple electric piano, and I'm going to be playing along. My camera is falling over a little bit. That's not going well. Hang on. There we go. And I'm going to be playing along with the song. So let me just get into a point where there's some beat, and I'm going to record this. That'll do. And so we go into, my camera is obscuring my screen a little bit, we go into options, tempo, and adjust tempo using beat detection. And it's going to do that based on the MIDI stuff that we've just put in there. So it's brought that up as 92.8421, which I'm just going to agree with for now. That might change a little bit later on, but we'll see how we go with it. And I don't need that piano track, so we'll delete. So now Africa should be synced up with the tempo, but of course we have to make sure that the beats are lining up with our beats. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to take it back a nudge like this. So I'm going to get that beat to line up with beat 6, and so there we are. That should all be done. So we'll put the click track on. Yeah, that's lined up with our click track. So what we have to do now is we have to find actual sections of the song that we like the sound of and that we'd want to build our track around. So let's have a look. Okay, so I really like this section here. In fact, I think I only might like half of that, so I'm going to cut that down. Yeah, I think I can live with that. Okay, so I'm going to cut that section out. I'm going to create a new track. I'm going to cut out that section there via the playhead and do that there. Split by playhead. I'm going to drag it down into this new track. There we go. I'm just going to mute this track and drag this to the very beginning and see how nicely it loops. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so if we're going to stick with that bit, I think we are going to need some drums. So let's put a drum beat in. Okay, I'm going to EQ our original sample a bit. just roll off that bottom end so that the kick in the track isn't clashing with the kick that we've just laid in. Okay. You know what? I'm going to keep building that up, and I'm going to cut back when I've got something else interesting to say. Okay, so one of the other things that you want to do is perhaps look through the track and see if you can find smaller sections that you can use every now and again, not just to loop, something to provide chords or longer notes, just to sort of chop up and do something cool with. So something like that note there, if I just split that up, split that from the rest of it, and if you just play that, we've got a cool note there. So what you want to do, once you have a few of your samples all cut out that you want to chop about with, is put them on a track and reorder them and get those notes in some kind of melody or rhythm that you like the sound of. I've got some EQ and some reverb and some delays happening on there, just messing about with it. And then, of course, you just keep adding stuff. You can record in your own drums, your own bass, your own other synthesizers, sample something else and drop that in too. So maybe I should have shown you guys a bit more of this process, but I've got a bit carried away and I've got like a whole finished track here now. Yeah, sorry about that. But I'm quite happy with the way this is going. I think it sounds great. I've also been messing about a bit with vari speeds. So you've had the tempo and the sound of it there. But I think I really kind of like it at this lower rate. I'm not even going to play you any from the door. I'm just going to finish the track and show you what it sounds like. So yeah, I think I know what I'm going to call it. Here is a new track at the moment. It doesn't exist anywhere else. I've just created it exclusively for YouTube. So this is me sampling Africa by Toto, and this track is called We're Not in Africa Anymore.